What's good, beautiful people? I'm the Black Thumb, and this is my man's
Ayati.
And welcome to OK Bet Podcast, the podcast where two homies come together to catch up and talk about random news, music, sports, politics, entertainment, and so much more.
Yeah, this podcast is for the casual human being. So if it's trending, if it's wow, if it makes you say, okay, bet, we're talking about that. So you know what? Let's just jump right into the show.
Let's get it. All right, and so today we got a random ass episode for y'all today.
Yeah.
This is what we like to call you get what you get episode.
Yeah, pretty much. You're gonna just feel a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit.
yeah, it's like a buffet, like a little continental breakfast. It ain't heavy. It ain't gonna make you sleepy. But you're gonna get a little something.
Yeah, you get some nutritional value.
Yeah, something quick.
You might get a little bullshit too, but
yeah, but it ain't gonna be like a full fucking meal. Don't expect it like gourmet, but we gonna definitely cook it up for you a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off with
speaking of cooking it up.
We're gonna start with a segment called Just a Glazed Donut Review. And the reason why we're doing that because we started off our podcast watching a basketball game. And we was eating some cinnamon rolls. So I feel like we should get back to that where we can eat some sweets and just be talking and chopping it up. But the reason why it's just a donut review is because you should be able to judge a establishment off of one item. That sounds wrong, but if you can't do a glazed donut right, you should throw the whole store away. Fuck that. Throw the whole store away.
The whole store?
The whole donut shop got to go. If you can't get the glazed donut, fuck it. I don't care. You can't do nothing else right. Why else would I eat anything else?
I shouldn't entrust you with anything else.
At a donut shop, if you can't get the glaze, that's the flour and just the sugar glaze, and you fuck that up. I'm gonna trust you with the cinnamon roll, the buttermilk, the bear claw,
with a sandwich.
With a sandwich? It's a sandwich. Something that can actually make me sick. Something that can actually kill my ass. If you didn't eat your glazed donut right. So yeah, this is our segment where when we eat something, if we ever eat some food on this show, we try one of your items. We ain't getting the whole menu. So fuck, my stomach ain't even big enough for that.
First of all, it's 2025 and everybody, the way my bank account works right now, you know what I'm saying?
Unless you provide your full menu.
Yeah.
Then it may be. But I'm still gonna judge your shit off of one item. Off the whole menu, I'm like, yeah, fuck that whole store. Fuck the whole restaurant. So it's going to be just a donut, just a glazed donut. And that's the analogy for whatever it is we eating. Could be pizza, ribs. We're going to be like, we're using our litmus test of just one item. So let's get into that. All
right. So tell us a little bit about where we got the donuts from. Let's show the people the donuts. So we got just like a little, nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
A pink box.
It's a pink box. So what's the name of the establishment?
Okay, we're in Long Beach, California, by the way. It's where we record at, and the place is called Super Donuts. It's pretty much, really much around the corner from the studio. So I threw my skates on real quick, ran around the corner, got the donuts, and this place had me a little sketch. The parking lot, raggedy. It got homeless outside, houseless people outside. And I'm like, what the fuck? Couldn't find that motherfucker on Google. So my girl, showing me on the map, this is where it's at. I want to try this spot. And I'm like, you go in this motherfucker, it's big as a bathroom. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So it gotta be good. Because it got that
a little hole. It's that hole in the wall. It's checking all the hole in the wall.
Had a sign on the wall that said, we don't give credit. I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know what that meant. It was like a real sign, not a handwritten sign. They bought this, but I didn't know if it meant we don't take credit cards or we won't give you something and put it on tab.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that meant, but luckily I had some cash. So I was like, let me get some donuts. And she sold me on getting a half a dozen because I grabbed so much shit. She's like, you gonna get one more for a half a dozen? I was like, all right, go ahead, throw another one in there. But I'm gonna get the round glaze. That's what
yes, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and get your round glaze. And I guess I'll get a piece of the.
That's a glaze too.
Of a glaze,
It must be popping because you only had one glazed donut left.
Yeah, so I will say, bro, just off of first pull, it's soft. It has that texture. It has that collapsibility.
Oh, jump collapsibility. All right,
collapsibility is this is peak collapsibility.
It smells like a donut right now. I got this nice
it's got
smell.
like a sugar cinnamon shit popping too.
Oh yeah, they can make a donut. This motherfucker's good.
Yeah.
This is a good ass glazed donut.
It's just almost melting in your mouth.
Goddamn, yeah. So yeah. Based off of just a glazed donut.
Super Donuts is out here hitting it.
I'm assuming everything else in that motherfucker hidden. if they make anything like they did this glazed donut, yeah, they good. So they won they passed the test.
Yeah.
Green check.
Yeah.
Check mark pass.
So let me ask you this. So,
Lord,
it sounds like you're more of a like traditional like brioche or whatever, like fluff air. I don't know the proper terminology for.
I wouldn't say cake, but bready.
I'm a cake donut like for now. I love me a cake donut. Yeah.
I'm an anti Krispy Kreme. So whatever Krispy Kreme is, that shit tastes like air.
Well,
ain't no bite to it. This got bite.
That's fair. This is a pillow. It has substance to it.
Yeah, I don't want no air. It's like, what the fuck? It's like you biting into nothing. So me, I'm a biased person when it comes to donuts. I hate Krispy Kreme. So I mean, don't get me wrong. If they bring it to work or you at place, I'm gonna be polite and I'm gonna eat it. Show appreciation, but I hate them shits. I don't think they're real donuts.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme donuts are they like 2-bite donuts. Like you literally just
air.
Yeah, but
sugar air, sugared air.
When that light is on though, when you catch them joints fresh out I
don't like hot donuts.
Man,
you like a hot donut?
You wildin', bro.
Have you ever left your donut in the car and be like, what the fuck? It's all gooey and shit?
No, that's yes. I put my shits in the microwave the day after.
You need to go try this place in Gardena then. What's the name of that damn burger spot? They make a burger with 2 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, hell yeah.
As the bun.
I'm here for it.
That shit fucked me up.
Give me all this
donut. It was cooked. It was hot.
Give me all the sweet and savory, bro. I need it.
It had bacon and shit. It was a lot. I thought my heart was gonna stop. I eat that motherfucker though. I wasn't gonna just.
He said I thought my heart was gonna stop.
Buy that motherfucker and not eat it. But yeah, this donut. Yeah, this motherfucker's good.
Yeah, this is good. I would definitely recommend Super Donuts. I'm gonna say for and like we got these this morning, but like not like literally minutes ago. So they've been
sitting
chilling on the table for at least 20-30 minutes.
According to Google, they've been open since 4 o'clock in the morning.
And it's still it's the only thing is missing is the heat of it being cooked. That's as it relates to like how you would expect the mouthfeel to be, like how like soft and just the texture of it.
This is a donut to me. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. This is 5 stars for me. Yeah, this is a donut. This is what I imagine a donut is. This motherfucker good. But also, we probably catching up in this.
Yeah. So like, how was your week, bro? Like,
it was kind of stressful. I ain't gonna lie.
How's your week shake out?
I had bullshit to go through.
I mean, don't we all, right?
Yeah. But I came off a good high though. So one of the things is last weekend I went camping in Joshua Tree with the fellas. Black Man Hike.
Yeah.
Ambassadors. We went to Indian Cove Campground in Joshua Tree. Was there for 4 days, bro. So last Thursday just passed, with the one before all the way to Sunday. And just out there, man, the first day we woke up, we did yoga on the little mountain in the desert and shit. So we had a guy from Philly. I don't want to fuck his name up. I think his name was Jabri. He's like a heart surgeon from like Philadelphia, came out for the camping trip, and he's a yoga instructor, like a certified yoga dude. Dope as fuck. Session was so fucking tight. And he emphasized this idea of rest, that Black men don't get an opportunity to rest. And he said, you need to seek moments where you can take rest. So it changed my perspective. Because usually I'm chasing joy and I'm chasing peace. Those are my two peaks that I chase. And my day-to-day life is the valley of just going through shit, trying to get to peace, trying to get the peace, trying to get the joy.
Yeah.
But now I got a 3-peak mountain that I'm in. So when I'm in my valleys, I'm trying to get to places of peace, places of joy. But now I'm seeking rest.
Yeah.
Like I gotta find a spot where I'm like, fuck it, and I can just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was able to rest this weekend, even though I was working my ass off.
Yeah, we
hiking. We did 2 hikes. That morning yoga session was before a hike, so he was trying to warm us up to get our body moved.
Yeah, so prep that body to get that work in.
It's 8:30 in the morning. It's hot as fuck because it's Joshua Tree.
That's crazy.
So we out here doing fucking yoga, hot as fuck, getting loose, and then go do a hike. I don't even remember the name of the hike. The shit was hot as fuck. Desert. Trying to look for oasis. There's an oasis out there. There's this little oasis that you gotta hike to, but it's just mountains and hot. And then we did a night hike too. So that was like, that first day was just a lot. Friday was woo. Saturday, the same thing. We woke up, it's well planned. Like, let me get kudos to the fellas. Like, if you're trying to go camping, we go camping twice a year. There's a fall trip and there's a spring trip. So this was the spring trip. And the next one is in October. We're going, I think, to the Grand Canyon, but it's like a lottery system because a lot of people try to go.
Yeah.
It's because they're providing everything. You pay $40 and just show the fuck up. Just bring your camping shit. They're going to cook breakfast every morning. They're going to do dinner, and they're going to provide everything else. And they curate the whole trip. So I'm like, we got hiking, we got fucking events, we got campfires. It's just a lot of like bonding and brotherhood and relaxing. And I was just like, oh, this shit is dope.
Yeah.
But especially for a person that first time going, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't do camping like this. I like outdoors. You know, we already had this talk. I don't like it like that.
You want nature to stay where it's at most of the time.
So I brought this shit because, you know, I brought fucking one of my tubs, one of them fucking Milwaukee tubs. I had that motherfucker full of tools and shit, all kind of random shit. But we needed it. So, you know, motherfucking shit was breaking. I'm able to get tools out and fix shit. So it's just like a team effort.
Yeah.
Everybody's there.
Very community focused and oriented.
You got a sign up sheet. They tell you what your task is for the end of the night. Like if everybody didn't cook, because they got a cooking crew, and then like you just help get shit together, like clean up everything, clean the dishes. So there's a certain group for everybody. There's 40 of us, so it should be easy to get done. So it's well put together, and I recommend, check us out. We actually got 2 events coming up. I'm gonna just plug, make a quick plug.
Bruh, it is our show.
Yeah.
Make that plug for Black Man Hike.
June 7th is our first of the month hike. So I mean, it's generally geared towards black men because they call it Black Man Hike LA. But in no way are we like, you know, you're just gonna be more comfortable if you black. I'm just giving you that. So don't be just showing your ass up. I'm just letting you know. It's called Black Man Hike LA. But we're not an organization that, you know, tell people they can't show up.
Right.
Just you need to identify as black to be more comfortable when you show up here. Right. So however you define that, bring your black ass out. The second event, though, this is the one I really want to plug, is our Juneteenth hike. It's going to be June 14th. We'll give the details later because I'm not sure if the location going to change, but this is another one of our big events where you just show up. It's going to be a hike in the day where we got like 4 or 5 sister organizations that come out and we all just hike as a group to show unity. But at the end is a barbecue. And this is the one I get my non-black folks to come to. I'm like, come out, feel comfortable with us and enjoy. So let's celebrate black folk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is our holiday. Yeah. So
for sure.
That's the one I would love people to come out to. If you free, June 14th, sign up at the website, I think it's just blackmanhike.org. It might have an LA on it, but we're org. It's a .org. So look for that one when you Google it. But come check us out. I think it's a dope one. But that was me catching up. Like nice. That was the main thing I did.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think
you, bro.
Yeah, man. My week has been a little crazy, but I just want to touch on one thing that you talked about in your catch up. This idea of rest. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, like like I had to take a significant amount of time off work in the last couple of years to prioritize me and my own health, right? Because I think we just get so caught up in like either achieving or trying to get to the next step or trying to get to the next level that a lot of times the more important things are the things that we should be prioritizing fall by the wayside, right? And I was one of those people that was in that boat, you know. And it wasn't until I really got into therapy that I really realized that like our relationship with rest, in particular, Black people and Black men's relationship with rest, it's a really interesting and tricky relationship because to your point, like we're taught like if you're resting, you're being lazy. And that is such an integral part of, you know, how we have been stereotyped and kind of been boxed in by society and by a system that we didn't have, you know, any say-so in how it was created, nor any say-so in how it has been implemented, right? And so it took like me understanding that rest is an action.
Yeah.
Like I had to define it as an action for me to feel more comfortable doing it and to give myself permission to take it as I need it. And now it's to the point where it's like, I ain't doing shit today.
I love it, bro.
And I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, there are times to be on and there are times to be off. And the times that you are off are just as important as the time that you are on.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, you got to pick your spots, right? You know, we all got our stuff that we got to do and the things that we have to do day to day. But yeah, that was I just wanted to just, you know, kind of give you kudos on making that one of your new peaks, because I think that was such a revolutionary thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, as I was kind of going through a tough time and through a hard time. But yeah, man, my week has been the last couple weeks have been crazy. Let's just call a spade, bro. Like we done had plumbing issues at the house, man. Like our bedroom and bathroom flooded, and so we've been dealing with that, and that's been super stressful. Plus just other things that have just been happening in life from earlier this year. It's just been a lot. But we did get to finish our week out on a really high note. Wifey and I went to the Kendrick and SZA concert last night. And bro, first things first, I want to give a huge shout out to Ramla, Muhammad, and my boy Lynn. Like, y'all are some of the dopest human beings on earth. Thank y'all so much for inviting us, and thank y'all so much for having us. Like, y'all have no idea how much that night meant to myself and my wife Chelsea. But yeah, bro, we had a time. A time was had. Bro, Kendrick.
It's always a time with Rob.
Man. Yes. They're so fun. But
Yes.
But yeah, man, Kendrick and SZA just were so good, and the visuals for both of them were so good. Now, I will say, SZA's visuals, like, is she like what's the deal with the insects? Do you know? Like, are you a big SZA fan? Because
I
like,
just love SZA.
I
don't really know.
I don't.
too much
But
of it.
bro, like, she had like,
She look good as a bug. It could be Bug's life. It's Bug's life. It's a Bug's life.
But yeah, bro, it was just like so much imagery of like her on an ant, her with praying mantis walking around, her, you know, it was just like, but it was also like very earthy and natural. But yeah, man, just like her vocals are so ridiculous. Like, it sounded like we were in the studio with her when she was laying these tracks down. Like, that's how good she sounded from a vocal standpoint. Kendrick was just, man,
He was in his bag.
he was in his bag, bro. Like, it was so good. It was so well done. And
would you say it's his victory lap?
Oh, 100%.
Like, he's so
100%.
far ahead of the fucking race, he can just do a little dance, pretty much.
Yeah, like,
he's dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, and just the way he put his set together, like, he hit all the highlights, you know, beef and non-beef songs, right? Like, so he did Like That. He did his verse on Like That. He did Euphoria. He did Not Like Us.
Any other guests? Random guests?
He did have AZ come out.
Okay.
Is it Chike? I don't know how to say his.
Now, I always read it as Ass Cheek, but I guess that's not it. And I feel bad. I guess there's a lot of West Coast beefs popping off right now. It's like these
the side missions.
Yeah, the West is holding it down for Kenny.
Yeah,
Kenny's like, hey, you ain't coming for us right now. Kenny ain't worried about y'all, but we gonna light y'all asses
right.
up. So I guess it's all about rap, according to, like, that's why I like give a shout out to Effective Immediately podcast with Gina Views and DJ Head. I've been getting all my beef information from them. They're just letting us know, like, it's just rap. Because they have Solden came out and they rap songs. They got what's his name? Daylight from Watts. He hard. He's like a battle rapper. He ain't really like a mainstream artist, but that motherfucker can battle rap. So I guess he been coming back for Joey Badass for the East
I've been seeing stuff on TikTok about Joey Badass and AZ and a bunch of like different West Coast rappers. Like,
they handling, like, I like to call it like Kenny's lightweight right now. He's handling the big shit. Like, let Kenny do what he need to do.
Yeah, let Kenny do only the things that he can do.
Yeah, you other motherfuckers, we got your asses. Like, the West is real united. Like, we don't come out and light your. I guess, like, motherfuckers ain't even on the same label. That's what everybody gotta know. These people ain't on the same label. These ain't TDE motherfuckers. It's only like one TDE motherfucker. It's just random motherfuckers that all know each other from the West Coast, and they gonna light your ass up if you say anything about the wrong motherfucker. But it's just like, it ain't, that's all it is. It's just rap, though. It ain't like, oh, look, you got to worry about coming out to LA, we're going to shoot you, all that shit. No, it's just, when it comes to this rap shit,
this lyrical,
we're going to light your ass up. Just let you know. You can't just be saying shit. So, and that's the side, random side. I don't know if any of those other people came out.
So AZ came out to do Peekaboo.
I think it's AZ Chike.
Chike?
I think it's Chike.
Okay.
That's how you say it. Not, cause I guess one of the diss tracks, they called him Ass Cheek. And they said that shit's funny as fuck. Cause it looked like Ass Cheek. That's what I always thought it was.
Well, I was like, oh, maybe it's Chike. Like maybe the E is an A.
Chike.
You know, kind of.
It's like AZ Cheek or AZ Chike.
All right.
So I guess that's how you really say it. But my brother, no disrespect, man. I love your track. Man, Peekaboo my shit.
That is literally my favorite song on the GNX album.
Yeah,
hands down. That it's been my favorite song since the first listen. And continues to be my favorite song. Like that's the first song I play whenever I turn that album on. I'm starting with Peekaboo.
But I'm sure the OK betters know that I don't pronounce.
You don't pronounce, yeah.
Nobody name get done wrong, get done right on this show. So don't give me a trip.
How do you say how do you say Giannis's name?
It's Giannis. It got the G in the front. Why would you put that shit there if it was silent?
How you say his last name?
Oh, A B C D E F G. All the damn he has half the alphabet in his last name.
He does have a lot of letters in that last name.
It's only 26 letters in the alphabet.
But it's
his name is all
a bunch of vowels though. Antetokounmpo.
We gotta spell that shit one day. We're gonna write this shit down.
We should have a spelling bee.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
That's already four.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
It's too many letters. It's 15, but I'm just saying that it's no disrespect. I'm not trying to like
zero disrespect.
I just don't.
We genuinely don't.
Shit,
if someone knows how to properly pronounce it and want to put it in the comments, and like spell it phonetically so we know how to pronounce it moving forward, that would be great. That would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
AZ, if you want to help us out, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Hard, bro. You definitely West Coast.
Yeah, but yeah, so he came out the night before we went. Justin Bieber came out with SZA,
okay.
so we didn't. Oh, but DJ Mustard opened. And he put, like, DJ Mustard
He's on the show, though.
Yeah.
He's part of the set.
But his set was crazy, bro.
You know, he got tracks.
He got so many tracks. He played a mix of, like, his own stuff, but then he played a mix of, like, you know, a few songs that aren't his. But, like, he just put it all together so well. And he really prepared the crowd for the rest of the night.
Did he do any of his, like, alternative songs that aren't rap? Cause he on a bunch of shit you wouldn't think.
Nah. He did a couple of I'm
talking rock songs.
Yeah. He did a couple of rock songs at the end, but they were like popular. I don't think they were his songs.
Did he play LMA?
I don't think so.
Cause they dropped like an LP this year, like 3 tracks. It was like an EP, and they're all Mustard, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
and it's like R&B, and it's hardcore R&B, and I'm like, damn, Mustard, your R&B come off hard as fuck. He can do R&B. Tight as fuck. You can tell that's his soul. His soul, he an R&B motherfucker.
He's an R&B.
But he making his money with these hood LA motherfuckers. Like, I can make these hood LA beats for you, but my heart and my soul
is over here.
In this R&B, pop, rock section.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go he got a bunch of tracks account this year during this whole shit. And I was like, Mustard? I'm like, you made this shit? I was like, oh my God, Mustard, you be slapping. So yeah, that's that random side note. But yeah, I wonder if he did that during the show.
But yeah, man, it was just such a great night. Like we were around a bunch of great people, obviously, and you know, and got to see a really great show. And yeah, man, the crowd brought it. Kendrick and SZA brought it. Mustard brought it. It was just a really, really great show. So if you haven't gone, or you planning to go, or you wanting to go, make sure you go. If you're in a position to go, if you can afford that, I'm gonna be honest, like the only reason why we was there is because Ramla and Lynn. So we appreciate y'all big time.
And because of that, you know what, Ramla, fuck that. That's season 3 of Reasonable Doubt. That shit is coming soon. We're going to go ahead and plug that in there for you right now on our podcast. Please go catch that show.
Cannot wait.
I'm already seeing all the new cast, the new additions to the cast.
I cannot wait for season 3 of Reasonable Doubt.
Go ahead and get that plug.
If you have not watched season 1 or season 2, go ahead and get caught up. It's on Hulu.
Go get that.
That show slaps so hard. It is such a great show. It's well done. It's well written. It's very layered. And it's just an incredible viewing experience. So definitely make sure you go check out Reasonable Doubt.
And this is not a paid sponsorship.
Hell no. It could be, but it's not.
As Gina Viewsman would say, it could be, but it's just we got mad love for our people.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm definitely gonna plug her shit.
Yeah,
it's not only just that I actually watched the shit and I thought it was great.
Yeah, no, it was.
I'm addicted, so I can't wait till the next season come out.
Same. So. That's like me and wifey are like excited about season 3. Can't wait for that to come out.
I watch a lot of TV. How do I get shit done?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I watch a lot of TV, bro.
I think,
but I'm just busy.
But that's our society. Our society watches a lot of TV. Let's be honest.
But then some people, I get a lot of shit done too, though. Like, I built a goddamn terrarium.
Yeah.
I got all these fucking sunflowers growing out here. I got all these tool shits in here. I'm just like, I'll be busy. I don't know. Today, y'all catching Adderall James. So just letting y'all know.
He said.
It's Adderall James today. I'm on Adderall. I'm not one of these fake motherfuckers out here talking about, I got ADHD. We all ate, like, the chili cheese Fritos off the ice cream truck as a kid. So we probably all got the red dye and
we got a little
fucked our brain up a little bit. But yeah, I'm diagnosed ADHD. So for today, y'all catching this version of James today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm off my little drugs right now. But
cool.
So I'm getting a lot of shit. I'm just wondering, like, what the fuck?
Well, that's
a lot of TV. Because we're gonna talk about another TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, that is also a great segue. So now that we got caught up with our weeks, it sounds like we all you started your week on a high note. I ended mine on a high note. So we got the spectrum covered.
I got it covered. So I guess we'll move.
So speaking of TV, I know you got a little something for us that you want to talk about. So go ahead, bro.
It's always our random love show report.
Mm-hmm.
This time I did watch Pop the Balloon and Find Love episodes. I think like 46 and 45, but I didn't take no notes, so I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's fine
because I can't give you my full report.
Yeah,
but I did watch another love show. So there's a love show on Netflix called Forever. Don't ask me who created it. It might be Mara Brock Akil. It's one of them famous like movie producers, like black show producers. She's done a bunch of like culture shows, like made stars. So I know she's famous, and I'm just not well versed. But it's a show about two kids, and it's back in time. So it's like 2017, 2018.
Okay.
And I guess they were childhood, like elementary friends, and they get reunited at a house party. And they just basically fall in love, like love at first sight. But it's like a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah. So, as most things are in high school,
Yeah. This shit is like,
from that standpoint.
It's just a lot going on. So the main characters is Keisha and Justin. Justin has ADHD. So he's on the spectrum, and he's just a little different. But he's a basketball athlete, and Keisha is like a track athlete, and they used to go to the same elementary school. And they went separate ways, and they met at a house party for like they homies. They it's high school. So they all go to private school in LA. So it's an LA based shit. They like at these rich ass private schools. So he's like the only black guy at his school. And this is like a house party with a whole bunch of white folk, and his homie is on the football team, and he told him, come to this party, we got to get lit. So he like, it's on New Year's too. That's the thing. His parents don't want him to go out, and they usually do their own little New Year's thing. But his homie called him last minute and invited him to a party, and mom's just want details where it's at. And he's like, I don't know, mom, I just got invited right now. He's just trying to get there. So he finally gets to the party, all white folk. His mom is stressing like, I want you to be with a black girl and all this. And he go to this party, and the only other black person he see is Keisha when she walk in, but he didn't recognize her. She recognizes him. Like, you don't know who I am, huh? He's like, no. And he's feeling all bad and shit. And then come to find out they know who they were, and they click off. They had a first date, and shit kind of go left. Like, it's because he got ADHD. So I don't know if you folks know, we have a tendency to like have this brutal honesty.
When you say we, who are you referring to? People with ADHD?
Yeah, of course it's a spectrum. We all a little different. But for me, I resonate with this show because I do the same thing. I'll just say what the fuck is on my mind.
Yeah, that's apparent. If anyone's been watching or listening for any amount of time, James just gonna say what he's just gonna say.
And it's gonna probably rub you the wrong way, fucking come off an asshole list. And it's like he explained it, it's an asshole like honesty. We just say it and we like, fuck. And he said some shit like that on a first date, and it just fucked her up. It triggered her. Come to find out, she's in a sex tape. And that's why she's like so squeamish, and she thought he's seen it because everybody else know about it. And that's why nobody really fucks with her. Like, that's why she had to change schools, the whole nine. So, but he didn't. He was just saying what he said because he got ADHD. And he didn't want her to like, excuse me, y'all gotta rub my nose. My nose running and shit.
You got a little extra donut on your beard.
Yeah,
you got it.
Shit, eating food and shit. Now I'm good.
I was waiting for the right time.
Man, you should have just said that shit early, bro. It's all good. What's that white shit in that boy mouth? Why that donut crumb? But yeah, now I'm good. At least my nose started running to make me fix all that. But he just says things because that's how it works in his head. So let me set the scene. I'm gonna spoil this shit for y'all. At least the first episode.
Spoiler alert.
It's a series, so you got 8 episodes anyway. But this first episode, they're in a movie theater, having a great day. And he got money. Like he comes for money. So he buying her stuff just because he knows kind of what she's into. So he's like, you want to go shopping? I got this gift card from my granny. I can buy anything here. Just get what you want. She's like, really? And this like first date? She's like, really? Like, no, just do it. He got her a track bag. And like they're just really, and she been liking him since they were kids. Mm-hmm. So she really just into him. They in the movies, they kissing and everything, and she started giving him a little head. But he's a virgin and he's awkward and shit. And he like stops her and he just like says, you're not doing this because I bought you something, right? And she's like, what the fuck? What kind of girl you think I am? And that's why she thought it was about the video, because the video is about her. It's a sex tape of her giving head. So she thought, she took it personal, but it was that he was referring to that. And he just like, no, I don't want you to confuse me as a guy that's just trying to get something from you by buying you shit. Right. And that's all he was trying to emphasize.
Yeah, like I don't want this relationship to just be purely transactional.
Instantaneous, block this motherfucker, can't talk to him. And this is where the love story starts, because he has to do all this like trying to get back in her life kind of shit. And he does like shit that an ADHD person would do. So since they went to the same elementary school, he just gets, she blocked him on Instagram and on the phone. He can't call her, none of that shit. And he's freaking out because we get overwhelmed when you have ADHD. It's just like small shit would just have you like spiraling. But he's ADHD. So he get all his friends from elementary school to post unblock Justin on their Instagram that they all follow. So all the other friends are seeing that shit, and her best friend like, I'm sorry, this is kind of cute. Like, I'm sorry, it's kind of creepy, but it's fucking cute. You should just unblock this guy. Why the fuck are you like, why are you doing him like, he was just being mean and shit like that. So it's just going through their story of like,
the ups and downs of high school love.
Because I say this to bring up this thing. Everybody got this Keisha in their life. Yeah. Everybody that had a Keisha. This Keisha stressed me out watching this motherfucker. I was like, the mama was right. This girl's too much. She got a lot going on.
Well, I think it...
But it's understandable.
Yeah, but I think it just speaks to like how much your own personal like trauma, triumphs, and tribulations, how much of that you bring with you everywhere you go. Yeah. And in every situation that you're in. And I think that's the importance of having a high emotional intelligence so that you can properly like categorize things or recognize and acknowledge things so that you don't fuck around and miss your blessing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But continue.
But yeah, that sets the tone for them of what type of shit you about to see. It's literally like, but it's them always supporting each other and being there for each other and going through tough times, and other people ain't quite understanding it, but y'all understand it, and y'all just trying to make it work with each other, and then just the lengths that each other have to go to try to pull the person back in life. Because later on, the shoe is on his foot. She do some shit, and he just like, I can't do this shit. And he block her, move on, and just try to leave. And it's the extent that she go to try to get him back in her life. And it's like, it ain't just one-sided. It's like both of them technically simping. But I like to ask, who is your Keisha? Because we all have had that Keisha in your life. And in the comments, tell me what your Keisha do to you. What
happened with you and your Keisha?
What happened with your Keisha? That just had you just like, God damn. Because in my mind, it's a cute story, but in real life, this is how villains are created. This is how the fuck boys. This is how you out here start being that guy. You don't give a fuck after this. You like, these hoes gonna catch all these fades. I'm about to get high, get my money right, and I'm about to treat these motherfucking bitches like bullshit. And this is where this is with the villain story.
That was gonna be my next question. My next question for you was like, so like, how close are we to this being a borderline toxic relationship?
Oh no, I think they're just trying to like put it in a different light. This is what happens. This is exact age, the teen time, one of them Keishas fuck your heart up. And when you get to college, you don't
wild out.
Give a fuck. Yeah. You don't ever, if you don't get the healing you need or go through the therapy,
that's fair.
You be this fuck boy for the rest of your life, or you be a fuck girl because you never got you didn't respond right to the good guy that was helping you out. So I'm saying everybody got a Keisha. They didn't deal with a Keisha. Yeah. That's just in some shit, and you just head over heels for their ass. So I was like, it's a great show, but it's like, for guys, who your Keisha? Who was your Keisha? What did your Keisha do to you?
And I guess for the ladies, was it Justin?
Justin. He was a good guy.
Who's your Justin? Who is, because I imagine, is Justin kind of like
He's just weird. He's a weirdo.
He's a good guy who's a weirdo who is a little bit misunderstood. I imagine that there are some ladies out there who probably look back at some of the dudes that they've dated or people that they have been involved with who were weird.
Did you drop your ball?
Right, exactly. Did you fumble the bag?
Who was your Justin?
In hindsight,
yeah.
And it typically doesn't pop up until like 4 or 5, maybe 10 years later when you either still out there on the market or you like, dang man, like nobody really did me the way Justin did me. You know what I'm saying? In a good way, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like that kind of that classic like good guys finish last type deal.
Yeah, boy, that shit. Yeah, boy, it's a good ass show. I heard after the second day it came out, it was already renewed for the second season.
Right, yeah.
Because it ends on like a cliffhanger. You're like, well, damn, what happened?
Yeah. I heard they got greenlit pretty early.
But the way they the story, this is in the past. Mm-hmm. So you know this is ending in like 2018.
So yeah, so we still got some
years
to catch up.
So the next season could be present day. It could be 2025 and they're both grown now. Because they're teenagers in this. So they might be like late 20s or they'd be like
into their careers.
Yeah, because that'd be almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So they'll
maybe they might do a pandemic season. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be kind of cool because I think the pandemic was a really interesting time for relationships. I mean, for all relationships, but definitely for intimate relationships as well. So brought some people closer. It pulled some people apart. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on how they want to take it from there. But
I say it's definitely a good review. That was my random love show report. You know, so moving on.
Cool. So yeah, man. So let's finish up. Let's finish up today with We'll pull the audience behind the curtain. So the other day, in preparation for this episode, Ayati and I, we were just kind of like talking about like, man, what are we gonna talk about? Because like I was like, man, I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I ain't got it this week, bro. Like, I ain't got it. And you was kind of like, I ain't really got it either.
Kind of.
So we just kind of piecing this together. But we started talking about we started talking about reading.
Yeah.
Because I've been listening to this audiobook called How the Word is Passed, which is a book that's really talking about like how our country and in particular certain historical sites around our country are reckoning with this idea of slavery and the part or the position that they played in upholding, maintaining, and perpetuating slavery during its heyday and even potentially now. And you felt some kind of way about me reading a book. So we're posing or listening to the book. So the question that's being posed is, and this is for you all to chime in on as well, audience. If you're listening to a book or an audiobook, does it still count as reading a book? What are your thoughts, Ayati?
Just say it out loud. Like, what did you do?
I listened to the book that was read to. It's like getting a bedtime story, going to work.
So you didn't read it. Look, I try to tell you. I told you earlier. I'm an orthodox reader. I'm a reading purist.
You want to smell the paper and the ink on that mug?
You have to use your eyes and either use your inner voice in your head or no voice and just see images in your head from looking at words. Now, if a motherfucker talking, you just listen to an album in long form.
That's fine.
This is a rap song. This is a long-ass song.
It's the deluxe. It's the deluxe
it's
album.
Long. A 10-hour album. That's what you're listening to if you're listening to a book, but you're not reading it. So I'm all about what are you doing?
What is the action? So this is where I'm at with it. Because here's the deal. Like I know you're a voracious reader. You run through books. Me, I'm not that guy. Like that's not how I really get down. But I do have a relatively long commute to and from work. So I try to be productive isn't really the right word, but I try to do things that make me feel good or give me joy as I'm either driving into work or coming home from work.
You're gonna learn some shit.
Yeah. So sometimes like I will literally listen to like a sports talk show or whatever, which is most days that's what I do, right? Mm-hmm. But over the last handful of months, I've been getting into listening to audiobooks.
Okay.
And to me, I see listening to an audiobook versus reading a book it's no different than running on a treadmill versus swimming in a pool versus biking for miles. At the end of the day, cardio's getting got. You know what I'm saying? In those situations. And at the end of the day, reading is being done, whether it's being done to us, for us, or by us. It all hits the same. And
I don't know, man.
bro,
I'm completely against it. Just the way the fucking brain functions, like the parts of the brain that uses the ear versus the eyes, and forming sentences and all that like syntax shit. It's a complicated process that even if you're just reading some tweets, you're still reading.
I understand.
It's not listening. Like,
no, I understand, but I do genuinely feel. So, like, this is, like, the third or fourth book that I have, like, listened to on audiobook.
yeah.
And I genuinely feel like I have a higher retention rate when I'm listening compared to when I'm reading. Because when I'm reading, I'm fucking floating away. I'm all over the place. And I end up reading the same page like 3 times. It's like, hold on, did I really get that? There's a chance. There's a chance. There's probably a better than slim chance that I have it too.
Oh shit.
So for me, I think it's the same way we think about like how we all learn, right? Like some people are auditory learners, some people are visual learners, some people are tactile learners. And I see this as, I think also this is, it's an accessibility type thing too, right? So like, obviously people that are vision impaired, they can use this technology and it counts for them. Why should it count any less for me just because I'm able-bodied? You know what I'm saying?
I just say you're being informed. You're not reading. You're listening to an album. What the fuck? Like, you don't say you read the Kendrick album when you listen to that motherfucker. You use words when he was rapping, motherfucker.
But I do say I read this audiobook though when it's done.
And I just feel like we need to change our language. Like, let's say what the fuck we're doing. I listened to this book about XYZ for 10 hours. Like, but you didn't read. I don't think it's the same thing. Like, yes, swimming in a swimming pool is the same as swimming in the lake because you're doing the same thing.
But it's all serving the same
muscles.
No, I understand. But yeah, the same thing with running.
You're
right?
being informed. You are being informed. You are learning some things, but you're not reading.
You're right. Yes, in like literally, you're right.
So I'm an orthodox reader. It's like
I'm not reading.
I'm almost to the point where like if you ain't reading the pages and you using that digital shit, I'm still kind of like, because that shit could be altered. Like it ain't like a book. This ain't a book with the pages and you're touching it. Like I'm old school. Like when it comes to that shit, like. Don't come in. You ain't reading. Like this is reading. Don't keep saying they got some people out here like, oh, I'm a reader. And I'm like, well, how'd you read all these books? I was listening to them. Like, what the fuck? You didn't read nothing, dude.
Well, no,
you listen to that shit,
but it still counts because here's the thing: if you get, at the end of the day, most people, and I feel like you've said this, most people are reading for information, inspiration, and then there might have been one other thing that you have said about like what you get out of reading.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you receive any of those things, the point is that you receive it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
when you go to that point.
And so that's why I don't feel bad at all. I'm not embarrassed to say it.
I don't say you should be, but I'm just saying it ain't reading. Like you're just not reading. Let's call that shit something else. Let's say I am being informed about this topic by listening to this motherfucker talk about it.
Yeah.
And what was it? What was the topic anyway? What was the book you listened to?
Yeah, How the Word is Passed. It is a reckoning with the history of slavery across America.
Okay.
And what really like piqued my interest into getting into this type of literature was my wife and I, we were in Portland. Me and Chelsea were in Portland for a vacation not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And we went to Powell's bookstore, which is one of the largest bookstores in Portland and maybe in the US or on the West Coast or whatever. And I was just kind of perusing their African American literature section and was just like, man, like, you know, I feel like, you know, I grew up in the South. I grew up just outside of Atlanta. And at the time I lived in an area that was probably considered more rural. It was predominantly white. I was in a predominantly white school system. And I just very much so don't, you know, looking back on my education now, I was in a decent school district and I did a bunch of honors and AP and all of that stuff, you know, I was on that track, but I just don't believe and or trust the education that I got. And so now it's just as it relates to Black history and American history, and and that was at a time where they were actually putting like, oh, slavery was a thing. These, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like I learned more than what's being taught now. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's literally independent study. Like you got to go find these things on your own. Otherwise you will not know, because they are actively, and when I say they, I mean the system is actively trying to erase a lot of that history, or fluff it up and make it more euphemistic than it really is, right? And almost bring it into like, put it in the nostalgia category as opposed to like the trauma category, right? And so it really just kind of sparked
some cool shit that happened.
Right. So it really just like sparked like, you know what, let me really dig in and try to figure out, you know, not even try to figure out, like learn more about my history, about my ancestors' history. And it's crazy because in this book, one of the places that the author goes to, one of the landmarks, is literally where my dad grew up. It's in the exact same city where my dad was born and raised. One of the Confederate cemeteries. And so now it's just like opening up this entirely different world for me, in the sense that like now it's like, man, I got to have a conversation with my dad about his city and, you know, and their relationship to it. It had me looking up plantations, you know, around that area. Like, was there a Richardson that owned some shit around there? You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out like what was going on. And so, yeah, man, but I know you have a very different kind of educational background, or at least like primary, elementary educational background that puts you in a unique position to kind of see the world. So talk a little bit about that, because I think it's very different than what I got as a kid.
For folks out there that know me personally, know I was homeschooled. So from 3rd grade to I think 8th, technically, even though I came back and got put in the wrong grade. That's why I'm a little older than folks, but that's just some birthday bullshit when you're born in September.
September is always weird. September,
weird. Like I knew my birthday was gonna be in a couple of days. I'm like, Mom, if you put me in this wrong grade, I'm gonna be fucking older than all these kids. But that's neither here nor there. But I was homeschooled, so for 5 years I just was learning at the house, and my education was incentive based. So like I had 8 courses like everybody else would get, or have like a lesson plan. My mom would go. It was called Teachers Connection or some shit in Lakewood. My mom would go buy like the course plans that I guess teachers use to supplement education. And I'll have my 8 subjects, math, reading, all that bullshit. But I wasn't necessarily like taught, because she was also teaching my younger brother, who was younger than me, so he needed more attention. And then one of my neighbors that stayed in our duplex, he wasn't going to school, and because he couldn't read. He was the same age as me. Like he was probably a year older than me. So he probably was like, if I was in the 3rd grade, I probably was like 8 or so. So he probably was like 10. He just couldn't read. So she was trying to help him read while his mom was at work. So I was kind of a little bit of an advanced kid. My mom would just give me my shit and be like, go through, read it tells you what to do as a teacher, do your lessons. And if you finish it, you can do what you want. So I was like, oh, for real? Like, I can just leave? Like, I can go outside and go play? So I knock out them 8 lessons in like an hour or 2. Fuck that shit. Hey, Mom, I'm done all this work. Can I go outside and go play with the homies? So I just go outside and go play for 5-6 hours straight. Just be back when the street lights come on. But I did all my work, so it was all incentive-based for me. I knocked this shit out. But when it came to the history side of it, my mom wasn't fucking with their shit. We just had all these like Black history books, the African-American Indians, and all this shit about who we are here. So I just knew about this shit from a young age. All the traumatic shit, the fucking measles blankets, all that bullshit. Slavery, I just knew all that. That was my history coming up. So when I got back in public school, I was like, you motherfuckers lying. Like, the fuck? Just 100%. I was like, okay, I wasn't listening to none of that shit. They're teaching me history. I'm like, that ain't what happened. That's not what these motherfuckers did. What they really did was this bullshit. Like, they really fucked some people up. They was out here kidnapping motherfuckers and killing people. So I've always had that perspective from a kid. And now that I'm older and I'm like seeing this shit play out, and I'm like, oh, y'all really about trying to hide this shit? Because it's like, it's some real fucked up shit. Like, I mean, we was talking offline about that. Like, how do we feel about that plantation burning down?
The Nottoway plantation.
Like,
in
good riddance to
Louisiana.
that motherfucker. What the fuck, y'all here Airbnb and some shit that was some bullshit?
It's having weddings and bro, like I have been.
It was kidnapping. It was human trafficking. What the fuck?
Yeah, during my time in Louisiana, I have been to a wedding that was on a plantation. I don't remember the name of the plantation. It was one of the most like eerie, weird. The vibe wasn't right.
It was the spirits you felt. That's what it was. The blood and
it was
spirits.
like, nah, this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. And I get that, like,
it's the same reason we don't visit slaughterhouses for chickens and cows.
Correct.
Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you can't
it's a
try
place
to spin this shit.
It's a place
People
of trauma.
Eat it if they seen it.
Right.
Like,
it's a place of trauma. And so I think for me, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm envious of your upbringing in the sense that, like, you got to learn that history, but it definitely makes me, because, like, for the most part, like, growing up, I was very apathetic about history. Like, I felt like, number one, there were too many dates. Let's just start there. Number two, it was too many white.
Too many dates.
Too many dates. And it was too many white men to remember. You know what I'm saying? And there just wasn't enough of the history that resonated with me in a positive way. Like, all of the history that we learned, or that I remember learning, was like, let's celebrate this white man for doing this, and then we'll kind of mention that these things were happening to Black people and enslaved people. And so it was either you were hearing the victor and the spoils of white men, or you were hearing how shitty it was for people that looked like me. Like, we never got to really learn about, all of the Black inventors, all of the Black people that push things forward. And yeah, of course, you get the Harriet Tubman, like the token Harriet Tubman, story, but they spend 30 minutes on that. The honorable mention. They spend half a shit. They
the
spend
sanitized version of Martin Luther King.
Right, exactly. But and then
not explaining the reason why they shot him in the chest. Like, you don't shoot someone like that in the chest. Like, the one you described, like, why you shooting this man in the chest? Then?
Right. If he really wasn't,
if he was all this shit y'all celebrating, why'd you shoot him in the chest? That's all you gotta ask.
Correct. And so yeah, man. So so it just, this book and that moment in Portland, and just everything that's been happening this week with that plantation burning down, me reading this book where the author visits multiple plantations and really kind of sees what they're doing to reckon with their history of slavery, and how they have played their part in their role in that in our country, and how it has shaped our country into what it is now. Yeah, man, it's just got me in a really interesting, like, head and heart space around our history, and around digging deeper on that aspect of who I am, who my family is and are within that diaspora. And because at the end of the day, like, if we don't want to learn, if we're not willing and showing and taking the initiative to learn our history, we will not have a history.
Yeah,
because it is being actively squelched and pushed out. And I mean, like, they're taking artifacts out of the Smithsonian, the National Museum of African American History. They're taking those artifacts out because it doesn't tell the story that the current either administration or the current system wants to be told.
It makes narcissists uncomfortable.
Correct.
So
because they have to, it makes them have to either acknowledge or at least see that they are the villain. And I think you're the first person that told me this, and it kind of blew my mind. Where and maybe I think you should actually say, like, you should say it, because, like, talking about the villain story, right?
Yeah. Like, I think we was chatting offline, and I said, like, the reckoning that we're feeling right now, this pain that we're all feeling as a nation, is because a bunch of people who thought they were the heroes are going to wake up and find they've been the villain the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's the reckoning. And that's what the narcissist is trying to fix right now.
Yeah.
They don't even want to deal with the repercussions of a whole generation of fragile people who've been coddled and never been through no shit, realize how fucked up they are. They don't even want to deal with the back. You can't get them to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
You already can't get them to do shit right now. So you can imagine a whole bunch of motherfuckers is all, oh my God, we've been fucking people up. Like, yes, you've been fucking people up. Like, you have. That's what you've been doing. But I don't know I'm not in that position, but I could imagine how that feels this whole time. You've been, let's say you were Superman and you were flying from place to place, and what you thought was rescue people, move the train out the way. And that's why I kind of like that show, The Boys, because like you see the collateral damage of them trying to save
heroes,
and that's what these people really are.
Right.
You was fucking shit up. You didn't find a country. There were millions of communities already here, and you had to wipe them out for them not to be here.
Right.
They don't just pack. They didn't pack up and move.
Yeah.
So if it was over 10 million Native Americans here and they're not here now, how else you think what you think?
Right. Got rid of them and then uprooted an entire community of people from across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
By the millions.
There's photos of motherfuckers like there's it's like a lynching photo book called I don't want to fuck the name up, but you just basically see people posing in front of lynchings.
Right.
Like it's a
point of pride.
Kids out of school and they like smiling in front of a fucking black person hanging from a tree with bullets riddled in them or they burnt. And this was mailed through the mail. Like the United States Postal Service was mailing these postcards. Like you would put your stamp on that shit and they'd be like, oh, okay, let's take that to wherever you want to go. This didn't shock you. This wasn't like, what the fuck is this? That's the real history.
Right.
And I think like when you come to you've been told one story for so long and you have to see what you really do, I can't imagine what that fall gonna be like.
Yeah. And that's why I really love this book that I'm listening to.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with listening to information. There's nothing wrong.
Because it really is telling a very intimate story of each of these sites and what they are doing, or if they are doing anything to actually acknowledge and address the harm that was done. And so if you are someone out there who is like me, who is of the culture and feels like you are not necessarily disconnected from it, but just want to know more and have a deeper connection with our history, I think this will be a great book to start with. But if you're someone who's not a part of the culture, or an ally of sorts, I also think this is another great book to start with, because it does it in a way that to me feels very palatable for any reader.
That's what's up.
It's basically just presenting this is what happened. This was my experience when I went to this location. These are the things that I know happened here based on the research that I have done. Yeah. And then he's saying, do the stories line up? Is what they're telling their patrons on these tours, does it line up with what actually happened?
Yeah.
And it really, I think for me, it has sparked a lot of reflection. It also has piqued more interest in wanting to dig deeper and dive deeper into into this type of subject matter. And so, yeah, man, so I'm excited about what this means for me and not just me, but for me and whoever comes behind me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I mean, I think that's a good note to end it on. Actually, the name of the other book that I remember is called Without Sanctuary.
Okay.
And it's a lynching photo history of America.
I know that is...
It breaks your fucking heart. No matter who 100%. You are, it's going to break your heart.
And I think it's important for us to have those types of images, whether it's in museums, whether it's in schools. I think all of that is important because we lose the impact of what has happened the further we get away from what has happened.
Yeah.
And the more we are able to keep some of these things top of mind, while it is painful and it is a point of trauma and it could be triggering for the communities that had to endure, or their ancestors the communities of ancestors that had to endure that, it is also a reminder for those who perpetrated and perpetuated those types of things to be done, that like, hey, these are the consequences. This is what can happen when we go left.
Yeah.
As opposed to staying on the right path. So, So, yeah, man.
So, in my mind, whether you listen to it or you read it, it don't matter. Just get it in you.
Just get it in you.
Just get it in you. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just wanted to emphasize the point.
You just want the verbiage to be accurate.
Because I'm just seeing pictures in my head and I'm like, well, you listening. Like, I can't unsee.
But the thing about it is like the author paints such a great it's so well written that like you actually do feel like you are on these tours with him. Like the way he describes the scenery and just the emotions that he's feeling and the weight of it all, like it's really, really great. So yeah, so definitely check out that book, How the Word Is Passed by Chris Smith. And with that, that's our show for today.
That is definitely our show.
That was a random You Get What You Get episode. So we hope y'all enjoyed it. We always appreciate y'all watching, listening. Make sure y'all go out and like, subscribe, share, comment, and yeah, let us know how you felt about the episode. And we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Until next time, Ayati.
Stay casual.